Hi guys, this is going to be a quick video on how to bio oil your ear stretches. Okay, I want to take out your plugs, whether they've got like an O-ring or a screw on. Pop those out, swipe them off a little bit to get any gunk off of them. This is what bio oil generally looks like. I bought it for 15 bucks at Safeway, so you can literally get it pretty much anywhere. I'm at a 0 gauge currently. They don't look as big as they probably will later on just because they're not like fully healed yet. Okay. What I do is I open it up and it has like a little hole in the top, and I just kind of put my finger on the hole, tip it upside down. I wipe any stuff off the top, pour a little bit more on my finger, do the same thing again, and you've got some on your finger. And you just kind of, and I kind of rub it in like a circular motion to make sure it gets inside the hole and everything. Rub it off a bit, and you're good to go. And because mine aren't fully healed yet, I still have to stick a taper through to get the plugs in. There we are. Stick your O-ring back on. Right, and then you want to do the same thing with the other ear, which I have to be careful because I have a fresh piercing. Once again, your tunnels to wipe off. Same thing again, and just circular motions, stuff, make sure it's nice and good to go. Slide your taper through, and use your plugs to push the taper out. Good to go. Okay, I know that was short, but it was effective. That's how I bio oil. Some people like to leave their plugs out for half an hour afterwards or whatever, just so the oil can sink in. I've never had a problem with like greasy, gross plugs or getting in my hair or whatever. I can understand wanting to leave it out for a while though, just to give it a chance to sink in, but because my stretches are fairly new, I've only had these particular plugs, so I've only ever had up to a 0 gauge for about a week now, so they're still in the healing process. They're healed enough that they're not sore and I can take them out and whatever to bio oil them, but I don't want to leave them out and have the risk of them starting to close up, because stretching to a 0 gauge was hell. It really was. I had to use a taping method around a taper, and because it was like around something that goes from big to small, it like bubbled, and then you get like these like lines and stuff, and it ended up kind of cutting my ear when I was like taking them out to put my 0 gauge tapers in. But I taped up like twice. I did 1 layer of electrical tape, and then 2 days later I did 2 layers and stuck it in, and then the next day I took them out to bio oil them, and I held the 0 gauge tapers up to the things, and I'm like, oh, they're like the same size. And I just like slid these ones in, and I was good to go. And then a few days later I went and bought plugs, because I bought silicone plugs at first, but I couldn't get them in. And yeah, so that was my bio oil video. Thanks for watching.